Good morning from Blackpool Pleasure Beach, where it's the 1st of March 2025 and the first day of the main season here at Pleasure Beach Resort. The sun is shining, it actually feels like spring today, and I'm really excited to get in the park, get back on some of my favourite rides, including the big one, the second tallest roller coaster in the UK, Icon, and so many other fantastic rides. And so what a day for it. I actually only got back from Tenerife in the early hours of this morning, just on my own today. Charlotte's having a rest after our trip out to Tenerife. But yeah, make sure you check out them vlogs if you haven't already seen them. There were the 2 water park vlogs on this channel and also over on the Sandbrook Adventures. We've got lots of videos coming up throughout the year. But yeah, lots to talk about today here at Pleasure Beach, and I'm really looking forward to getting in the park. And the park opened just 5 minutes ago. It's 11 AM through until 5 today. So yeah, pretty short hours, but obviously we are very early on still in the main UK theme park season. So a couple of weeks to go until Alton Towers opens, and a few weeks until the likes of Thorpe Park and Chestington are back operational as well. So yeah, Blackpool, the first major park to be back open fully for the year. And there it goes, the big one. I thought I'd have a little stroll out the front hill on the promenade this morning just to get a few shots of the big one, especially with it being such a nice day. I tell you what, it's rare for a Blackpool opening day to be lovely and sunny like this. Like, the ocean's lovely and calm out there, there's no wind, it is a brilliant opening day. So yeah, I'm excited to get back on the big one today, because it's always a great ride, but especially when the weather plays ball and it's a really nice day. And yeah, there's so much going on in the park with all the updates. Obviously I filmed that video just a few days ago talking about the rides that are closed throughout the year. Well, there's lots of other things to talk about today as we go around and bring you the latest updates. Oh, it's great to be seeing the big one going around again. And the first update from today actually comes from outside the park and Ocean Boulevard. So that's the line of what used to be shops all on the front here. A lot of these have been unoccupied for quite some time now. And yeah, it's been looking quite messy for a few years. The good news is they've just received planning permission to actually change all 18 of these buildings along the front into holiday apartments. And the style of it is going to match that of the Boulevard Hotel down the bottom. Now, obviously that opened quite a few years ago. They did a great job with the design of that at the front. So yeah, I'm really pleased to see all of this getting sorted out, because it's just not a great first impression, is it, when you're walking down here? Obviously the Horror Crypt, that was a walk-through attraction that closed a number of years ago. All of these are going to be turned into apartments along the front. So yeah, I'm glad that's getting done. It's going to really clean up the front here, and yeah, I think it extends to these ones just on the other side of the road here as well. So yeah, looking forward to when that's done, and hopefully they'll get cracked on with that soon, because it will really improve the look and overall like arrival experience as you're walking down here. And just whilst I'm walking into the park, it's also worth pointing out that those plans don't affect Ripley's Believe It or Not, another walk-through attraction here that still operates, and also Pizza Hut next door. These are going to be remaining because these are further down towards the park. I'm hoping though they spruce up the facades for these down here as well, because they are looking a little bit dated now. Already got the advertisements up out the front of the park here for Excess, the hot ice show, which will be back running in summer, July through into September. And one of our favourite events at the park is late night riding. It's always a great experience in Pleasure Beach at night, and that's back for this year with fireworks. Hey, there's Mr. Funshine. And you can see the refurbished Ice Blast there just behind it, which will be relaunching soon as Launchpad. How you like the pun there? This is probably the best weather we've had for a Blackpool opening day ever. Perfect today. Noah's Ark there above the entrance. Oh, iconic. And of course with the big ones turn around up the top there as well. And yeah, we've got our season pass again for this year. Always worth looking out for deals on the season passes. We paid just over £100 for a whole year here at Pleasure Beach. Yeah, not bad at all, especially when you come as much as we do. Let's go and get in the park. Lots to talk about today. Oh, it's bliss today. Like, I thought coming back from Tenerife was going to be cold, but it's lovely. 5 minutes into walking into the park, and I've already seen quite a few things that I'm looking forward to talking about, including quite a lot of construction walls, and of course that big clearance where Grand Prix was as well. So I'll have a good look at that, but first I'm itching to get back on Icon. So going to head straight down there first. It looks like the queue's quite big, but it is on a 2-train service. So yeah, excited to get back on Icon. One of my favourite rides here in the UK, my second favourite UK coaster, of course after Hyperion down at Thorpe Park. So yeah, let's head down here and give it a go in the lovely sunshine. Oh, there she goes, always gets me excited seeing the beauty. Icon, the Mack Rise double launch coaster that opened here at Pleasure Beach back in 2018. Can't believe how fast time goes. 2018, it's bad. Always look forward to getting back on this coaster though. Let's go down and join the queue. It's just out the gates. About 25 minutes there for Icon, not too bad at all. Front row ride, so I'll see you when I come off. I absolutely adore Icon, and it was amazing getting a front row ride there in the lovely sunshine and not waiting too long for it either. Good operations on there today with 2 trains in service. No Enzo today, so it means of course you got 2 full capacity trains going round, which is fantastic. It's a brilliant ride. It's the length to it, it's the different elements, the interactions with the other rides that really make it. I love the inversion down here, you know, where you get that hang time. Then of course you've got the top hat with some great air time, and just the overall length of the ride is brilliant. Always enjoyed Icon ever since it opened. It's smooth, it's comfortable, it's just a well operated, enjoyable coaster, and I love it so much. Yeah, the close season, you know, just go by quite slow, so I always look forward to getting back on Icon. Even though it's only been like a few months, it's an absolutely brilliant ride, and it's lovely hearing that iconic lift hill of the big one again as well from here in the park. Brilliant. Hey! Love it. Oh, there's a look at the big one. Yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit different starting the vlog as well, getting some shots from out the front of the park. I'm probably going to save my ride on the big one until the end of the day. Opening day always goes so fast, just chatting with everyone and seeing people. It's always a lovely atmosphere though for the opening. And yeah, the weather today is just perfect. But yeah, the day goes so quick, only 6 hours in the park. Want to make sure I get round and bring you all of the latest updates. Now, last week, Pleasure Beach did confirm that 5 rides will be remaining closed throughout 2025. And we don't really know what the exact future is for these rides yet. Are they going to reopen next year? Are they going to be removed? I guess we're going to find out. But Skyforce is still mostly standing here at the moment. This is a Gerstlauer Skyfly that obviously only opened 10 years ago, back in 2015. And yeah, my best guess with this is that the licensing's probably run out. I mean, you've still got the actual rad arrows around there at the side. But yeah, who knows what's going to happen with this moving forwards. Is it going to leave the park? Is it going to go somewhere else in the park? You know, or is it just going to reopen next year after some extended maintenance? I guess we'll see. But this looks like the pretty standard winter maintenance really, or at least like an extreme kind of strip down and taking all the actual planes off there. And you might be thinking, oh, where are the planes? Where are the seats? They're actually stored in the gift shop down here, so we'll have a little look at those. Here we go. You got all the seats down here. Yeah, it's all kind of been stripped fully back. You got some restraints down here on the left hand side. All the seat belts have been removed and everything. So yeah, a bit of a unique look at it. I just don't like seeing rides SPNO, standing but not operating. Just not a good look in a park, is it? I mean, you know, when people pay to come in and walking past and seeing, you know, rides like this. I mean, to be honest, this could do with like covering up, couldn't it, in there? Unless it's going somewhere else and it's been removed permanently. I guess we'll see. I mean, the official statement at the moment on the Pleasure Beach website, and it just says that they're closed throughout 2025. They haven't really stated anything further than that. Well, there you go. Yeah, all the station and everything. The signage has gone round on this side. So I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's just not a good look, is it? When things are standing but not operating. Signage all gone there on the height board. There comes Icon. The beauty. Love the signage out the front there for Steeplechase. And here's the big one, yeah, queuing down here. I think it's only on one train. Then the other one's still in bits on the car park having its maintenance done. So yeah, quite a way. I'll save that definitely until the end of the day. Around the big one, I'll definitely do it today though, because it's a lovely day for it. Iconic, I love the soundtrack as well. Obviously that was some new music that they created for it a few years ago. Yeah, definitely save that. And this is one of the two carousels that again it's going to be SPNO. This is what I was saying last week when I put a video on the channel and was talking in a bit of detail about it all, how it's just not a good look seeing rides standing but not operating. So yeah, this carousel will be shut throughout the whole of 2025. Really sad. It's a beautiful building as well, and you know, family attractions are what have been hit quite hard as well. I know Skyfort is a thrill ride, but the other 4 attractions are, you know, the family rides. Steeplechase always looks the part. All 3 tracks open today. Hello, hey, Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube. Yeah, all 3 tracks in service and looking good. Revolution at the top. That's not too busy. It's nearly 1 o'clock already, and I've been chatting with so many people, having photos. It's always lovely seeing people for the first day of the season. Hey, all right. Next street. Yeah, it's going to make sure we go around and get all the updates for you all. Then we'll go down this way. This is looking quite fresh. I think they've painted up the bridge round here. Looking good. Yeah, so I did share my kind of detailed thoughts on everything in that video, so I don't want to kind of repeat myself too much with that. But like I say, check it out if you want to hear the exact details of everything, you know, that is closed for this year, including another attraction down here, Eddie Stobart. This is the circuit for Eddie Stobart round here. And mainly just kind of following up from the video and having a look and seeing what's still standing, you know, has anything been removed and that sort of thing. I think for me though, it's sad because what really makes Pleasure Beach is the energy when you're walking around this park. It's the kinetic energy of seeing all the other rides going around. And like I say that with Icon, what really makes it for me is the fact you've got all the other rides around it. And I just hope Pleasure Beach don't kind of come away from that, you know, because that's what's always made this park, the interactions. And this is a ride that closed last year and we've heard nothing about. Like, this wasn't announced at all, the Dodgems. All the signage was removed. The ride itself's gone. I mean, you still got the music there, but Pleasure Beach have said nothing about that. Yeah, all the signage gone and everything. So I don't know what's happening with the Dodgems. But you had the 5 rides that are closed for this year. The Dodgems, Grand Prix that's been removed, River Caves that's SPNO as well in addition to that. And then of course you got Grand National that's closed today as well. There's a lot. Like, yeah, it's just not a good look at all. Yeah, Eddie Stobart station area there. Yeah, and this would run round here again, another family attraction, not operating this year. And if I just enter the queue for the Avalanche here, love that sign. Brilliant sign that they added last year. These are the other 2 attractions that are closed. So you've got the small carousel here on the left hand side, and also Alpine Rally, which is a little cars ride here down at the back. Again, it's more hitting the families really with the 4 different rides that have closed on top of the other things. Yeah, it's really sad. Yeah, I remember riding this when I was a kid. Little ride round here. I'm not going to do Avalanche at the moment. Like I said, I just want to make sure I get round and get all the updates. The iconic Laughing Man, bit of Pleasure Beach history. Yeah, we were last in the park only a couple of weeks ago for February half term, where Nickelodeon Land and also Wallace and Gromit were open as part of the half term event. So make sure you check out that vlog if you haven't already. I'll have a little walk through Nickland there later. Oh, we haven't got the iconic music on and the bears are all covered up over there. Oh, the music's on, there we go. Must have just been re-looping. Well, yeah, the shutters are closed with the bears. Yeah, presentation at the moment. This is what I'm a bit worried about with these rides being closed and the presentation. It's just not the best at all. It's a real shame because I love this park, but it just feels like, you know, it's in a bit of an interesting time. That's always one of my favourite shots at Pleasure Beach, and it's the different layers of the rides. The Big Dipper there, over 100 years of history. Infusion there just behind it, obviously used to be at Southport. And then the big one just behind it, and blimey, that was good timing. That was not even planned. I didn't even see it come down the drop. Love it when shots happen like that. So yeah, when we came a couple of weeks ago, this area was looking quite messy from what we saw at the top by Wallace and Gromit. And don't get me wrong, it's still not looking the best now, but it is a lot tidier than it was what we saw a couple of weeks ago. I reckon they're probably going to put some grass down here and or some stones or landscaping just to make it look a bit nicer, or maybe some more trees or something like that. I mean, if they're planting trees though, that's probably a sign that we're not going to see a new ride built on this spot. But I guess we'll see what happens. Grass or stones or something could just be temporary until they decide on if they want to put anything else here in the future. But they have kept the water feature. Hopefully they can get that running again. And obviously this is the spot where Grand Prix used to be. See, I still got the Grand Prix station there at the back. And as we came towards the end of last season, you know, we saw them demolishing the ride, and yeah, it was a right mess whilst that was going on. Looks a lot tidier around here now. But yeah, it's opened up quite a large space. The fact that they've kept the fountain though makes me think that we're not going to see anything ride-wise here for now. If, you know, if any point in the future, it could just be a landscaped area. You know, very sad though if that's the case, because, you know, as much as landscaped areas are lovely in the park, what's made Pleasure Beach is having all the rides on top of each other, and yeah, it just looks a bit empty around here now. But yeah, I'm sure they'll make this look prettier in the coming weeks. Just like say some stones or grass or something down there just to make it look better. And yeah, they've not fully removed all of Grand Prix though. It's actually still standing over on this side. You can see the track still in place there. I thought they might have removed like all the rails down there, but no, they're all still there. The guide rails, the electricity rails were took off last year, but the guide rails are all still in place. Yeah, it's an interesting time, isn't it? It's walking around this park at the moment now, just seeing like all these different things going on, and there's an even bigger project to talk about down here at the back. Fascinating stuff. Yeah, I'm just not too sure how to feel. I've got real mixed feelings about it all at the moment. If investments come in, then that's great, but we've kind of been promised this before and we've not seen things. You know, rides and rides has been took out and took out. Look at Wild Mouse, you know, that's been gone for nearly 8 years and nothing's gone in that place. So yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? This stuff's coming great, but it's just never a good time when you're seeing so many rides being removed in one go. And there you go, you can still see the guide rail just down there as well from where you used to come in at the end of the ride. What would you like to see put in this spot though? Comment down below. I'd be interested to know your thoughts. It's a big area. And this is the one that's really interesting at the moment. If we look over here, a big construction fence has now gone up on the walkway. And of course you've got Planet Rock there on the left, which is the dome building. That's an old show venue that's not been used for quite a few years. And there was the arcade down there. And they've now put this huge construction wall all the way down at the side, which shows that something's going to be happening. Definitely some demolition around there, I reckon, of them buildings. Hopefully for something new in the future. We have lost one of my favourite views of the big one here though. You used to be able to stand here and get an amazing view of the big one, and obviously now it's a big construction wall. Let's just hope something's coming into this spot. I mean, it's a good sign that there's a construction wall, so fingers crossed. Thought before I carry on down the pathway there and talk a little bit about River Cays, thought we'd have a look over here at Infusion. Yeah, this just running on one train, so yeah, the queue's built up quite a bit. I was debating having my first and only probably ride of the season on Infusion, but then I saw the queue on one train. It's all the way down here at the back. So yeah, I'll give that a miss today. You know my thoughts on Infusion. It's pretty rough and uncomfortable. But saying that, it's a pretty ride, and yeah, they've repainted quite a bit of it. Done all the track here, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. Hopefully they'll fill the water all the way back up then, because at the moment it's kind of like partially drained and they haven't got all the fountain effects on. But yeah, at least they're painting it up. Tell you what, it feels proper closed in now walking down here. I know they haven't made the pathway any thinner, but it just feels that way, you know, because of where the fence is down the left hand side. It is promising though that that's all been blocked off. I mean, it would be a great spot for a new ride. I know what I'd like to happen first though, and that's the reopening of River Cays. I mean, they have said that there's an exciting update on the way soon, so I guess we'll find out. It's a classic ride, one of the oldest rides in the UK, a brilliant dark ride, and yeah, it was closed for most of last season. I was hoping it was going to be back open for the start of this year, but obviously that isn't the case. All the signage up here though, and they haven't like fenced it off down here at the side, so hopefully we're going to get an update on that soon. Again, it's just not a good look though, is it? Like walking around and seeing all these rides closed. You wouldn't think it was the main season. It kind of feels a bit like walking around a park in the winter. I mean, you've only got to look back at some of the older vlogs here on the channel to how good like the atmosphere used to be here, and it was pumping. And I really want to see Pleasure Beach get back to that. I mean, I think for me, in the more like modern era of Pleasure Beach, since it's been like a gated off like theme park in a way, you know, running like that. I know it is still an amusement park, but since they've, you know, had it gated off and stopped with the whole kind of paper ride, it's better years. We're in like 2018, 2019. I thought we were really, you know, looking really positive, and then since then we've just seen quite a bit of a decline, which has been such a shame. But yeah, look at River Caves at the moment. Like, look, nothing's been done on the outside. There was rumours of a leak, so I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, I really hope that this comes back sooner rather than later, because it's a brilliant classic dark ride. And just opposite River Caves, here's a look at where the fence comes to an end. Down on this side, it looks like proper construction fencing that. I mean, you know, with the demolition that's more than likely going to be happening there, they're going to make sure that it's all blocked off, and it's all been painted up as well. So, you know, I guess we'll see what happens. It's quite a large space down there though, so I'm intrigued to see what happens in the future. Fingers crossed for a major new investment on that site. Obviously there was the rumours of a gyro swing, a large pendulum ride coming in. Will anything happen from that or not? It was just rumours, but I guess we'll see. Tell you what though, launch pad's looking good from on this side. And yeah, I'm really pleased they've gone for the blue colour scheme on there. It looks fantastic, especially with the colour scheme of the big one. It kind of matches that. And also flying machines, like from this angle. You got the topper on there now. That wasn't on there a couple of weeks ago when we were here. So yeah, they've got the top back on. The brand new cylinder, which should provide a more thrilling ride experience again. And yeah, when the scaffolding comes down, I think that'll look really good. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the colour scheme. I think it looks great, especially on a lovely sunny day. Certainly gonna look the part. Grand National just over here now, of course, celebrating 90 years of the Grand National here at Pleasure Beach this year. It's a Mobius Loop wooden coaster, and again, this isn't open yet for the start of the season. Obviously, with it being an older ride, it does need more maintenance, so hopefully they're going to get this back open within the next few months. I mean, I think the ride originally opened in August, didn't it? So fingers crossed we don't have to wait until August for a ride. I mean, they said that, you know, it should be back open for its birthday, but yeah, that is August, I believe. So fingers crossed we're going to be on this a lot sooner than that. It's just not great, is it, walking around at the moment though, and I'm just missing that Pleasure Beach atmosphere. It's just not quite got it because of how much is closed now, you know. We understand one or two things, but when there's so much that's closed, either pending removal or still refurbishments going on, yeah, it's sad. It's a really weird vibe. Impossible, the walk through just over there. You used to have the haunted swing. That was another kind of silent closure, like a very old like haunted swing, a bit like, you know, an early version of Hex at Alton Towers and the Haunting at Drayton Manor, and that was kind of silently closed a couple of years ago inside. Yeah, it's just got a really weird atmosphere at the moment, and that's not what, you know, Pleasure Beach is about. The atmosphere is what's always made it, and it's like the weather's lovely today as well, and just walking around and seeing so much closed, it's sad, you know. Because I don't like negativity. I like coming to the parks and having fun and making the most of it, but you know, it's hard to kind of not see this stuff when you're walking around, you know. Yeah, I really hope things get better. It's quite sad seeing Pleasure Beach like this, you know, a park that's normally pumping and the vibes are just amazing, you know. But still, we're going to have a look at the merchandise shortly in the Kiss Me Quick shop, which is underneath Flying Machines. Launch pad, yeah, you can see that cylinder right there in the middle. It should provide a much better ride experience than it has been. It's been lackluster for a number of years, so yeah, looking forward to getting back on that. I don't think it'll be too long until launch pad opens up. You can see some construction workers up there at the top. Yeah, it looks like the painting's done and the topper's back on, the cylinder's in, so that should be reopening soon, fingers crossed. Hey, hello! I thought I heard someone shouting up there on the Flying Machines. Brilliant. Loki's down there, good food at Loki's, that's open. Just down there at the back. And talking of food, got a bit of an update. Pepsi products are no more. They're bringing in Coca-Cola. Just a little update for you there. Interesting to see what they're going to do with the big Pepsi can over by the big one. Let's have a look. Whee! Seen loads of fans of the channel today, which has been really nice. I love this colour scheme, and I'm glad that they've kept it, you know. I am really pleased that it stayed. And just the fact they've done the cylinder as well, it's going to feel like a new ride. It pretty much is, you know. Spent a lot of money on this, I'd imagine. So yeah, very promising. And I'm excited to give it a go. Launch pad. Inside the shop then now, before we take a look at the merchandise, I do love how they keep this window here so you can see the workings of Flying Machines there. The original 1904. Fantastic. Nice little feature here in the shop. And this is always my favourite spot here in Kiss Me Quick. The genuine ride parts. So we've got the section of track there from the big one. with the little commemorative bit on the bottom. I do like that with all the information around on the side. Some wheels down here as well, big one side wheels, £125. I tell you what, the prices are certainly going up for a lot of the ride parks compared to, you know, what they used to be only a few years ago. I remember when like the big wheels were only about 80 quid, so yeah, they've gone up quite a bit. £60 for a little bit of electricity running rail for old Grand Prix. That's what I was talking about earlier that had been removed from the ride. We've got a few other bits down here, look at these. Put them on your car or something. Blimey. Got a box of all sorts of goodies down here. I don't really know what they're from. Doesn't really say on there, does it? All sorts of goodies. Yeah, look like cupboards for lights, don't they? Still got some of the old sides there for Dipper. These that were in the station for Grand Prix. And then some bits of wood from the wooden coasters, as obviously they're replacing them over winter as part of the maintenance. I think these are some new Icon jackets down here. As I look at the front, just on there. But yeah, quite expensive. $79.95, yeah, 80 quid. Quite pricey. Pleasure Beach Resort on the front there, instead of like Dare to Ride, where that would normally be underneath the Icon logo. Yeah, it seems a bit more expensive in here this year. They've got a bit of a sail rail going on here though, which is good. A lot of these down from 25 quid to 10. What we got there? The Ghost Train design. Oh, it's not easy doing it on my own. With the Ghost Train design just on there and a few other bits. Sail rail. They always have some good tunes playing around Pleasure Beach though, which I enjoy. Yeah, still got the sign there for Ice Blast. A little bit of history. That sign will be going away soon, and yeah, I reckon they'll put a nice new shiny launch pad logo up there. Landscape is looking good around here. They've kind of cut this back a little bit. Looking good. Valhalla, I tell you what, it always draws in a crowd. I haven't brought my clothes today for doing Valhalla. Like I say, we didn't get back from Tenerife till the early hours of this morning, so I didn't have time to like pack all my spare clothes and everything. Normally I'd be game for having to go at the first day of the season, especially with it being a lovely day. So no, I'm not riding Valhalla today, but I promise next time I come down into Pleasure Beach, I'll make sure I bring my spare clothes. It is an absolute soaker of a water ride, so yeah, you want to make sure you're having spare clothes, because it's a pretty nice day today. It's not like super warm or anything either. I'm not like going to dry off. See, I'm not going to do it today. I'll save that Valhalla update for you all for a future video. I do enjoy Valhalla though. Like I said, I think I still preferred the original for the soundtrack and some of the scenes in there, but oh, I thought a boat was coming out then. The flaps opened. Yeah, I do miss the old soundtrack a lot. Kind of lost a bit of its feel for me. There it comes. I'm going to get blasted now. Is it going to work? Hey! Valhalla. Last year they were playing the old soundtrack down here at the exit. I don't know if they still are or not. The Odin's Vault. Is it playing? Can't hear it. No, I don't think it is. Oh, that's a shame. And much like last year, we got staggered openings for Valhalla, 2 PM through until 5. Only 3 hours of operation for Valhalla. And yeah, I guess that's why the queue's built up quite a bit there. So many fans of the channel here today. We got a full Derby racer rifle. Hey. It's always lovely seeing people though. That's the thing with the first day of the season. Seeing everybody, and it's just always lovely. Love Derby racer, and the organ's always fantastic. Sounds beautiful. As we're walking down this way, I thought we'd have a little look over by Grand National, see if we can see any work going on the lift still or not, with it being closed for maintenance. Can't see anything happening here. Obviously it's hard to get a view of Grand National from inside the park because most of the layout is right behind Valhalla. You can see it though if you do a bit of a perimeter walk around the park. Yeah, I can't see anything actively happening over on this side. Oh, the queue's quite short for Alice in Wonderland, so I think we'll go on this, shall we? Yeah, let's do a dark ride. I can take you on the dark rides as well. Yeah, let's give this a go. Love Alice. What a classic. Bam, 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 bam.
Hello everyone. This is Alice speaking. Come along into my wonderland.
I was looking here for a minute and thought, something's missing. Is it the plants or is it something else? And yeah, I've realised I actually took out the first little tunnel here. Not too sure why. Maybe it'll come back after refurbishment, or maybe it's gone for good. But yeah, there was a tunnel over there and it's now gone. great to be back here in Alice in Wonderland. Only wait about 5 minutes as well. Ideal. Yeah, I always get a lot of comments when I'm filming this ride, and people always say, oh, why is it played? Golden Ticket from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The answer to that is it's played in here for as long as I can remember. A very, very long time, way before, like, you know, I heard it in the more modern, like, Wonka movies and stuff, you know. So, yeah, it's playing it for a long time. Tell you what, it's looking good in here. I feel like the lighting's been done in some areas. Oh, it's looking very fresh. That's a good sign. I love all the little doors that open up into the different seats. Always been one of my favourites. And the golden ticket. There's Humpty Dumpty. Oh, it's looking really good in here. Hopefully this is the sort of love that River Caves is getting, or going to get at some point, you know. They always seem to look after this really well. Like keeping it update, but also keeping that nostalgic charm that we all love at Pleasure Beach. Da, 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 da. Can't wait to bring our little boy on all these rides. It's going to be so excited. Taking him to all the parks. Charlotte's having a lovely chill at home today. I just spoke to her. She's enjoying her rest. What a ride. Oh, I love Alice in Wonderland. One of my favourite classic dark rides here in the UK. Just all the scenes in there, and it was looking really fresh. Fantastic. Like, definitely done some work in there over winter, which is really good. Like I say, hopefully we'll see something similar done to River Caves, keeping that charm, just painting it all up and keeping things looking fresh. And of course, doing the repairs that are needed to the ride in there, you know, that we're hearing. I really hope that that's done, you know, ideally later this year. River Caves was shut for most of last year, and I'm itching to get back on it, much like many of you, I'm sure, are as well. It's one of them things though, with all the recent closures, not just here at Pleasure Beach, but in the UK and theme parks around the world. If you enjoy something, you just got to go out there, ride it, keep on riding, and just make the most of these attractions, because you never know when things are going to close. You know, you just got to make the most of things, because yeah, like some things just close and get removed, and whoever thought the likes of King Dakar was going to get removed? I mean, that was imploded just a couple of days ago over in the USA at Great Adventure, and it's sad, you know, seeing rides that you've experienced and loved just go and get demolished. And yeah, you just don't know when things are going to close. You've got to make the most of these things now more than ever. And I'm going to do that right now by going on Ghost Train here. Love the Ghost Train. Yeah, this had a bit of a refurbishment a couple of years ago, and yeah, for last year they did some work to the facade. Looking good. Let's go. Probably about a 15-minute wait for Ghost Train, so not too bad at all. Well worth it for this Pleasure Beach classic. Wait just over 10 minutes, there's 10 cars in service. Always love the smells on this as well. That's a good outside. It's always a good day when everything works. Here we go, down the drop. Oh. It's in a pretty good condition, Ghost Train. Now I was just chatting with a couple of fans of the channel and they were saying that there's actually a small sign by River Caves. I mean, it must be small because I was around there for a few minutes looking and I didn't see it, so I need to have a look when I come off this. Little sign about the refurbishment. It must be small because I didn't spot it. Got my new friends over here. Good ride that was there on Ghost Train. Pretty much everything working, including the smashing mirror effect. And sometimes the screen's not working, but it moves. Then the other way around, but no, everything, sound and everything. Well, that effect just seems like the most unreliable on there. But no, it was good. Like, it was working today and really enjoyed it. Fantastic ride, Ghost Train. Love all the scenes in there, the music, just the ambience of it. But I didn't see Cloggy today. That's the ghost that actually haunts the Ghost Train. Yes, it's actually haunted. Remember when these used to be out of Trauma Towers? Just out the front, the attraction that used to be around the corner. Yeah, let's just go and have a little look down here by River Cave, see if we can find this sign. So I didn't spot it earlier. It must be small. Let's have a look. Tell you what though, this weather is perfect today. It's lovely. Big one's turnaround section. Stunning day today. How fun is that? You'd have seen it earlier in the clip as well. I walked right past it. Just here on the door. Yeah, it's not that small of a sign. I can't believe that I missed that earlier on. There you go. Pleasure Beach Resorts, River Caves. We are busy musing and weaving new dreamlike visions of wanderlust. I dream of painting, then I paint my dream. We got a Vincent van Gogh quote there. We're currently reimagining the River Caves for your future enjoyment. I mean, the attraction doesn't really need reimagining in my opinion, because, you know, it was lovely just as it was. Yes, it needed a little bit of a, you know, TLC and obviously fixing the issue, what's wrong with it. But yeah, I hope it doesn't lose too much of its charm, you know. Still, it sounds like, yeah, it's coming back based on that, which is good. I'm pleased. I was starting to get a bit worried. Round here, another construction site in the park, and that's at Grand Prix. This ride did close last year, confirmed to be getting removed. They did like a final farewell event for it last year. And yeah, there's still little bits of the track standing in areas, but all the electrics have now been ripped out up here in the station. But then it does free up a lot of space here for if something is coming. I mean, I like to hope that something is. The park are teasing, you know, exciting things are coming, so I really do hope so, because seeing this much closed is really sad, you know. It's really starting to affect the overall look and just the vibes of the park, to be honest. But yeah, if they take this station out, you've got the whole area where Grand Prix was around there, this whole area, and then of course down there at the bottom where the construction walls are as well. It's all very close to each other. Then maybe they could take out the unused arcade building. I mean, there used to be a ride in there back in the day, but take that out as well. It opens up a massive spot for maybe a new coaster or something like that, you know, multiple rides. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. Is there the money there for it? I just don't know. I really don't know at the moment. Mixed vibes with it all. Well, it really wouldn't be a trip to Pleasure Beach without a ride on the Pleasure Beach Express. Just going to go and wait for the train to come in now. Another one that I can take you all along on as well. See what's going on around the park from on here. Trains normally every 15 minutes or so. good timing. As soon as I came down here, waited about a minute and it's here. The Mary Louise. And off we go for the Grand Circle tour on this lovely sunny day in Blackpool. First of many visits throughout the year, and we'll keep you updated with everything going on, all the construction work and changes at the moment. Yeah, we'll definitely keep you updated. Always a bit squeaky. Oh, that's better. Revolution looking nice in the sunshine there. Look up at the queue there for the big one. Yeah, it's had a big queue all day. They've been on just one train still at the moment, the other one's still in bits on the car park. Yeah, hopefully we can get that back on soon. But that's the thing for me, I'd kind of rather Pleasure Beach open a little bit later like the other parks and just have things running on a better capacity, you know. Yeah, comment down below if you feel the same. You know, would you rather the park open like later in March and have things on better capacity? Because I think I would, you know. Just makes it for a better overall experience, doesn't it? Oh, that was a good shot. Icon. Still amazed me how they managed to fit Icon in. That's the thing. So with all the space they're clearing with them removed attractions, yeah, they'd be able to build something bigger than Icon if they wanted to. If they've got the budget there, you know. Certainly not going to be short of space. One of the best views in the park down here, looking at Dipper just there on the left. Might try and get a ride on Dipper if I get a chance. Like I said, the days just go so fast on the first day of the season. Wish it was open another couple of hours longer, you know, just to be able to get more things in. Yeah, the park's open like weekends only for the next few weeks, and then it'll be daily as we get into next month. Icon's garden area always looks really good. That's the thing, they did completely transform this area. When we used to have the old swamp buggies down there, and the Tom Sawyer rafts were down here at one point as well, and obviously this was all water, you know. Love it when you get that shot. Big Dipper. Love the Dipper. Yeah, like I said, it's the same with Infusion on one train, you know, as it's building up. Pretty big queue, it's definitely not worth that wait. Not for Infusion, the SLC. Another look at Skyforce there from around here at the back. And yeah, who knows if that's going to be leaving the skyline soon here at Pleasure Beach or not? I guess we'll find out. I've always loved the support structure here though for Big Dipper, how it arches over, and then obviously in '94 when they built the big one, they kind of matched that style in that section. Now it has actually got 2 stations on the Pleasure Beach Express. The other one they used in the latter part of the day, and you can exit to the hotels there as well. Like a hotel exclusive exit. I still think they could do with the hotel exclusive entrance though for on a morning, else because at the moment even if you're staying in these hotels, you know, you have to walk all the way around to the front. Ideally they could do with a proper like entrance down here, like all day, you know, instead of just like at the start of the day and exiting there at the end, just like a proper all day entry and exit from the hotels. Just one of them, like the convenience, isn't it? If you just want to pop back to your room in the afternoon, or you know, go and check in and come straight back in, like, you know, it'd be a lot easier having that access down here. And yeah, opening day last year we stayed in the big suite at the Big Blue actually. There's them windows just up there on the top floor. Yeah, it was lovely looking out at the park. We did that video last year on the channel, so make sure you check it out. Always love how close you get to the other rides on here though. Right next to Dipper. Icon there. And of course, Steeplechase. I tell you what, I've got some good views here on the Express today. Perfect timing with the rides going past. We got that awesome shot of Icon there. Earlier on, we got Big Dipper, and then the big one. Great. That's then when you time it and you get all the rides coming past. Really good views. Getting them all today. Brilliant. That's probably the best ride I've ever had on Pleasure Beach Express. Like, if you time it well with the rides, like, you're in for a treat. Getting all in different views and amazing, got some awesome footage on there. Really enjoyed that. And yeah, exited just here into Nickelodeon Lands. Obviously we were only in here a couple of weeks ago, open for half term, and yeah, it looked like it was quite busy over the half term period, so maybe we'll see them do that again next year, or maybe expand on it more with a few more rides, which would be good to see. No key for Rugrats. That is so cool. Yeah, Krusty Krab's still closed at the moment. Hopefully we're back open soon. Looks like they're getting there with it. Nickelodeon Street down here as well. Bikini Bottom Bus Tour. Dora's World Voyage. Quiet down here in Nickland. Yeah, the park itself's been like, I wouldn't want to say really busy today, but it's just been like moderate really. Obviously when you've got things that are closed and then SPNO and then reduced capacity with one train on some things as well, that's what builds the queues up. Yeah, I just noticed the Nickelodeon land hours, like much like last year, closing an hour earlier as well, 11:04. You can really tell that money is very tight here at the moment. I know that's the case for quite a few places out there now, but yeah, money is definitely tight and it's really showing sadly here at Pleasure Beach, you know. I do love how vibrant Nickelodeon Land is though. Great family area here at the park, and that's the thing, as much as, you know, we've lost a few family attractions for 2025 with them other closures, Nickelodeon Land is still a great family area that has got a lot of family attractions to enjoy. Starting to get quite a bit quiet now around the park. Gonna head on to Wallace and Gromit Philomatic, only just over an hour to go until the end of the day. Had some good catch-ups with people today though, that's what's always nice. Seen lots of fans of the channel, which has been lovely. It's always great meeting you all. Yeah, let's go and do Wallace, even though I only did it a couple of weeks ago at half term. May as well squeeze it in.
We'll go somewhere where there's cheese. Oh, good job I greased the bearings. No crackers, Colin. Forgotten the crackers. Hold on, Colin. Hold on. For breakfast this morning, Gromit. Porridge today, lad. Tuesday. Where'd you get that from? That's my machine. I've got Peyton Oh, that's quite enough. You'll be hearing from my solicitor about this. Well, that went as well as could be expected from it, didn't it? Well done, young.
Oh, very enjoyable ride there on Wallace and Gromit Philomatic. Always love getting back on that fantastic dirt ride. Going to start making my way shortly down towards the big one, get in the queue. It's on one train, so it's going to take quite a while. But I just wanted to have another look down here by Grand Prix and the clearance that they've done in this bottom area, because it looks very different down here. It's very open. So the pathway over there is Bradley and Bella's Learning Garden, and that was kind of off to the side. It's opened up a massive space here though, hasn't it? Really intrigued to see what happens long term with this. Like I say, short term, I think they're just going to make this like a little gardens area. The fact they've kept the trees and the fountain certainly makes me think that. But yeah, it has opened it up quite a lot round here. Even a nice new little tracked ride or something would look good round here, or even like a steel junior coaster or something like that, because that's something what Pleasure Beach could do with like a new junior coaster. I just don't know if the funds are there for these things or not. That's the thing, there's a lot of speculation at the moment about new flat rides and coasters and things, but we've got to be realistic and think, you know, have the park got the funds? Is the money there to do these things? I guess we'll find out. I was going to do Big Dipper, but yeah, that's also only on one train. Quite a lot of one train service going on today. Luckily Icon's on too though, which I am pleased about. So yeah, I'm just going to head down towards the big one. That'll be my final ride. Not really been on loads today, but that isn't really what the opening day is about for me. It's about getting around, getting the updates, bringing them all to you in the vlog, and of course in our social media channels as well. So make sure you give us a follow over on Instagram, Facebook, and of course X as well, where you can see all of our different updates from the parks. Well, it's a little bit before 5 o'clock, but I don't think I've really got time to do anything else major, especially with things being on one train. So yeah, it's going to go and join the queue now for the big one, the second tallest coaster in the UK, opened back in 1994 as the tallest roller coaster in the world back then. Amazing, still a very iconic ride for the UK. I look forward to getting back on it, the big one. Let's go and join the queue. I was just chatting with someone and they were saying that they waited about 45 minutes. So let's see. Here it comes, the big one. Hey! Be interesting to see with the park changing from Pepsi into Coke if they change these cans. Obviously the ride used to be fully known as the Pepsi Max Big One with a sponsorship, but then they kept these here as part of the sponsorship, but then changed the name just to the big one on its own. But yeah, maybe we're going to see them change to Coke at some point. I guess we'll see. Oh, it's all the way in the cattle pen on one train. This is going to be a bit of a wait. Well, just ended my day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach with a ride there on the big one. It took a while on one train. Whew, about 65-minute wait there. Yeah, it was a long queue, but you know what? It was a lovely sunset ride. Yeah, the weather has been perfect today in Blackpool. Not too chilly either. Look at that sky tonight. Beautiful. The turnaround section there for the big one, and you just seen a couple of off-ride shots there of how awesome the big one looks from every angle. I mean, it's an iconic structure, isn't it, here in Blackpool? Wouldn't be the same without it, would it? In terms of my ride, pretty good on a non-wheel seat as well. That is certainly the place to ride the big one. Right, let's have a little look through the gift shop here on my way out the park. It is nice to see all of this Funshine merchandise though. Very good. Love the Funshine mug, and look at all this. Get you nice and warm, wouldn't it? Oh, all the little baby clothes just here as well with Funshine on. Oh, I'm sure we'll definitely be getting some of them. Funshine everywhere. Still got the awesome models over here as well. Love all them. Fantastic. Yeah, some great merch here at Pleasure Beach. Like I said, I think price have maybe gone up a little bit more for this year, but you got to think of inflation and things as well, you know. Then you got all your Crocs. Back in the car then now, after a beautiful first day of the season at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. The weather has definitely made it today. Some of these opening days, it's normally raining, windy, cold, hail. We even had snow before, so it was perfect today, and it really made it, especially a sunset ride there on the big one at the end. Second row from the back was pretty comfortable. Like I say, on the wooden coasters, you want to be on a non-wheel seat for a more comfortable ride, and it's the same on the big one. But no, I really enjoyed that. Getting back on Icon today, one of my favourite coasters in the UK, an incredible ride, and I loved it, especially that front row in the sunshine. Only had one go today, but we'll be back up in a couple of weeks to get more rides in, which will be fantastic. Enjoyed the Pleasure Beach Express, always love the interactions, and more than ever on there today, which was lovely. Doing the dark rides was great, especially seeing Alice in Wonderland and all the changes and like just upgrades that they've done in there was looking fantastic, and that gives me hope for the future of River Cayes. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with it. I hope they don't go over the kill with it. It doesn't need too much doing. Just get it fixed, spruce it up a little bit, and get it back in operation. Just make sure that everything's looking in tip-top condition, so hopefully that'll be sooner rather than later. There's been a lovely atmosphere meeting fans today. Like, I probably had a couple of 100 photos today, so honestly it's been lovely to everyone that I've met. Just seeing people that you don't see over winter and things at the park, it's always a good atmosphere. Lots of enthusiasts there, and it's been great fun, so I've really enjoyed that aspect of it. In terms of the park atmosphere away from that, it has been a bit flat in quite a few areas today, and I think that is because of quite a few rides being closed. That is going to get better though, obviously, when Launchpad opens, the reimagined Ice Blast, Grand National when that's back up, River Cayes, I mean, whenever that's going to be, and then obviously seeing them other rides closed or bits demolished, you know, it just doesn't give off the best impressions. I overheard quite a few people today just saying that the presentation wasn't the best, and I agree, which I'm really surprised of, because Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Amanda Thompson, OBE, the owner of the park, the director, you know, she's very keen when it comes to presentation. At the moment, it's not the best. Let's hope it's temporary. Let's hope there's investment coming in. Obviously, we've seen that construction fence for demolition that's currently ongoing at the old Boulderdrome and Planet Rock area. When I was on the big one, I noticed they've already started demolishing the steps down there that used to go to them toilets. So hopefully something's coming in. The park needs a new ride. It needs investment just to boost the morale again of the park. But still, it's been a good day today. Like I say, a bit worried about the rest of the atmosphere throughout 2025, especially with all the rides closed. Walking past things like Skyforce closed, and that just isn't a good look, and the demolition of Grand Prix, which is still kind of ongoing, it just looks messy in places. And I love Pleasure Beach to bits, but what makes it is all the rides interacting with each other, going over each other and that sort of thing. If that aspect starts to go away along with the heritage, then the park's not going to be what it used to be. You know, it needs to be keeping up with that, but also modernising with the times. It's about getting that balance right between modernisation and nostalgia as Pleasure Beach move forwards. But let's see what happens. Let me know your thoughts if you were there. Lovely to meet so many of you that watch the videos as well, and overall it has been an enjoyable day. A lot of you have asked about Charlotte today as well. She just had a nice rest at home. We didn't get back till very late last night from Tenerife. It was the early hours of the morning. Originally the Aqualand vlog, another water park that we did, was going to go on before this, but I've just not had the chance to get that all finished, so that's going to be coming up after this. So we had the Scion Park vlog from Tenerife, this one from Blackpool, and then back out to Tenerife. I'm not flying out again, but literally that vlog will be coming up after this one for you to enjoy on the channel. But thanks so much for watching, really do appreciate it. plenty of updates coming from Pleasure Beach throughout the year with the late night riding and other events, and let's just see what happens. I just hope that, you know, a bit more of that Blackpool Pleasure Beach oomph is back throughout the year, because at the moment it just felt a little bit flat. One train service on quite a few rides today as well, which hasn't been the best. But there we go. Let me know your thoughts on it all. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy the videos, give them a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for all of the latest updates. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you all in the next video.